Yeah, what's up guys, it's Somi Macho again from Somi Macho Productions, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the beat breakdown of Bloody Samaritan by Ayra Star. So first off, let's go through our patterns and see what we have there before moving to our playlist to preview the whole beat. So for my pattern 1, I have a drum groove which I've renamed here. It's called Drum Groove 1 and it sounds like this. Yeah, it sounds very simple and easy to create. So moving on to pattern 2, we have an E piano and a pad, and it sounds like this together. Basically, this was the progression used all through the song. It's for people that play piano, it's a 4-6 progression, which means you're playing your 4 and you're playing your 6. Alright, so moving on to the next pattern, we have an arpeggio that was also playing something similar to the progression of the song, and it sounds like this. So basically what I literally did was that I brought in the chord that was used in this E piano and pad, and I just copy and paste it on this arpeggio from Nexus, and it's called crystalline. Yeah, called crystalline. So moving on to our next pattern, I have an electric guitar that played, and it sounds like this. So it actually played at some point in the song. Okay, so moving on to our next pattern, I have another electric guitar, which is also the same sound of the electric guitar, but then playing something different now, and it sounds like this. Yeah, so that was all it played. So moving on to our next pattern, I have a violin solo, and this solo actually played at almost the end of the song, like getting to the end of the song, and it sounds like this. Alright, so basically this is not exactly what the violinist played to the song, but something closer to it. Do you get? So let's move on to the next pattern. Our next pattern, we have a sax. Yeah, so a sax played during the verse, and it sounds like this. Yeah, so there was a sax that played something like this in the verse, if you listen closely to the song. So moving on to our next pattern, I have violin phrase or lick, you can call it. So he did some phrases or some licks, I would call them, and it sounds like this. Yeah, so you can call this a lick or a phrase, anyone you love to call it. I just renamed it as lick in my pattern. And then moving on to the next pattern, I have okay, I don't have anything in this pattern, it's just empty. Moving on to pattern 10, I have violin intro. So if you listen closely to the song, the violin actually played some melody line at the beginning of the song, and I tried replicating it, and it sounds like this. So instead of having it all through, because this is just the first part of it, there's also a second part. I like splitted it into two, and the second one is right here. Yeah, this is the second part. Yeah, so that's just the intro in two parts. Next we're going to pattern 13, and what I have here is a flute roll. So there was something like a flute roll in the song, and I tried replicating it, and it sounds like this. Yeah, so what I did is, apart from playing it, because I was trying to replicate what I heard, so I added a reverb and I think a delay to the flute just to give it, and then I cut some low frequency, cut some high frequency, and I added an EQ, reverb, fruity delay, just to make it sound close to what we have in the original song. So up next we have a sax lick. Yeah, a sax lick is what I can see here. Yeah, and it sounds like this. Yeah, so at some point where the violin played, the sax was also playing something like this, if you listen closely to the song. Okay, so that's that for the sax lick. Moving on to the next pattern, we have kick and EP roll, which is which sounds like this. Yeah, so moving on to the next pattern, we have what's it called? We have our bass, and I really love the bass in this song because it's quite simple, but then the impact it gave to the song, like the feel and the mood it gave the song, was superb, and it sounds like this. Yeah, so it actually came in at some point in the song, not basically from beginning to the end, but then it came in at some particular point, and it gave the song another feel entirely, and it was such an amazing play. Shout out to the producer, London. Yeah, shout out to him. Alright, so next up, we in our pattern we have this violin outro. So basically, I diverted from what was played in the song actually, and just played my own lick and phrase to it, just to give it my own feel, and this is what I did to it. So basically, I think we are done with reviewing what we have in our patterns. Next up, we are moving up to our playlist to see what we have there. Yeah, and from the look of things here, I added an atmosphere sample just to serve as a background for the song, just to keep the mood flowing. So this happens to be like the bedrock for everything I have on this beat in this breakdown. So it sounds like this. Yeah, just something at the background to keep the mood going. Alright, so I actually duplicated it and it played all through the song, as you can see. Then apart from that, I have some effects, impact, and that was used for the roll actually. So I'm gonna play them so that you guys can listen now. And so I actually duplicated them to almost every transition part of the song. And then something that happened at the verse 2, I did an automation, because if you listen closely to the song, you would notice that at the second verse there was like a filter on the O beat that actually cut off the high frequency, and it sounds like this. Alright, so basically what I did was I added an EQ to the master channel and I then cut off the low frequency, but then I created an automation clip from my EQ here and it appeared on my playlist. Then I make sure it was activated just at this verse 2 point where it was used. So that was how I was able to create what we have here. Alright, so guys, with all this being said, let's preview the song from the beginning. Alright guys, thanks for staying to the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and if you've not subscribed yet, kindly click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Don't also forget to like this video if this video was helpful. Thank you guys, see you soon, peace out.